You're up?
Hard to sleep when that demon box keeps screaming at me.
Oh, that's called an alarm clock. Sorry. Anyway, I brought you some clean clothes.
Thank you.
Okay then. Well, I'll let you change.
Regina, what were you thinking? How could you bring him here?
You weren't there. He was miserable in his world, and he wanted a fresh start, and I'm just trying to help him.
But you don't know who he is. Looking like Robin Hood doesn't make him the same person. Trust me, I once kissed Dave's twin. World of difference.
We've barely even talked.
Well, there's some things you should probably tell him. Like, for example, he has a daughter.
It's not his daughter.
Exactly my point. They're different people.
But there could be a part of him in there. He was able to cross into the real world. That has to mean something.
Regina, I want this to work out for you. You deserve this. I'm worried.
Yeah. Me too.
So remember in the last sneak peek review, I was saying how ABC's marketing department for Once Upon a Time is kind of off. And I've been saying that for quite some time, ever since I started to do the sneak peek reviews along with the trailer reviews and whatnot. But they released this around 2, 3 a.m. And I gotta tell you, I'm not getting up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to review a sneak peek or a trailer or anything. I'm not doing it. Like, I don't think anyone should do that. It's not right. And I think it's really, really weird that a Disney marketing department of all things is releasing a scene so late at night. Now, I'm thinking because this episode has to do with sleeping and Charming, is that, oh, it'd be kind of fun for the fans to wake up to a sneak peek, just like how Charming will eventually wake up Snow White. Now, I thought that was a fun segue into the actual content of the sneak peek. And I'm thinking the scene takes place at the end of the episode. Normally, they take place around the first, 10, 15 minutes, if that. But I think this one, just from the way it's done, is at the very, very end of it, because from the trailers, it really seems that most of the episode is going to be taking place at night, or when Killian and David are off somewhere in the day or whatnot. But if anything, I just feel that given that this episode is supposed to be dark Charming or Charming going dark, it makes a lot of sense for this to be at the end of it, because he finally gave in to what everyone was telling him, which was go to sleep, wake up Snow White, get some sleep, and then that allows Snow and Regina to have their fun discussion. So, speaking of discussion, let's discuss the actual content of Sneak Peek. So, first off, Robin Hood is woken up by an alarm clock, and Regina comes in and gives him clothes, and I think she's so happy to have him back. In fact, I know she's so happy to have him back, but how real is this? And that's exactly what Snow White is saying to her, because it's not him. Technically, Robin, Zelina's baby Robin, isn't his daughter, which I thought was a great point that Snow White made. And, Regina made a fun point where she said this Robin was able to come in from the made-up world, but that made-up world is proven to be a real realm, so I guess anyone from that realm could travel back and forth given the, or if they were given the proper magical capabilities of doing that. But in terms of just the scene and, the dialogue that took place, I loved it. I really, really loved it. Regina and Snow White have come so far, and to see them they were having tea or coffee together. And if you think about just the idea of season 1, the two of them ever having tea or coffee, you're like, no, these two will never be friends. And then bada bing, bada boom, they're friends here. So Regina seems very conflicted, and Snow White is trying to say, you gotta send him back, without saying send him back. But I think Sean Maguire is only in a couple more episodes, so most likely Robin will be gone soon. But I think it's a good character development for Regina to at least have the opportunity to properly grieve over Robin and finally say goodbye in the right way. I've said that a couple times, and I just want to hit the point home. That's how I feel with the revival of Sean Maguire's character for the moment. But I also think, they put that stupid rift between Zelina and Regina, then the evil queen came in and filled the sister spot that Regina left vacant. I think that once Robin goes, it will allow Zelina and Regina to become, I don't want to say real sisters, because they are real sisters, but you know what I mean. let bygones be bygones and actually become friends again. So as I said, I think the scene takes place at the end of the episode, so I think it's funny with the way or with the content, if I'm right that it takes place at the end. But if it takes place in the beginning, the idea that Charming going dark or having no sleep is kind of nullified because he's supposed to be exhausted, and that exhaustion is supposed to lead to him being Grumpy Prince. So to me, this has to take place at the end. So I'm really curious what you guys have to say about that. I think a couple of you were saying that it might be a dream or whatnot, but I don't think it's going that far particularly. But in terms of just dialogue that went down, I really, really liked it. It was fun with the dialogue. The writing was great. The expressions on just the actors' faces, I thought, were really, really well done. And the camera angles have been fantastic in the show. I was able to pull like 4 particular scenes or images to throw around me while I made this, and I really liked it. I really liked what we got to see. And the camera cinematography for this season has been fantastic, even in just a very small scene that's only about a minute and a half. So I do like it. So the show it's good. It's good. Like, it's a solid show. It's such a solid show, and for it to be treated so badly by its own marketing department bothers me on a lot of levels. I don't like that, and to also really just not give a definitive answer of whether or not it should be canceled or not is awful. I feel like the company just is giving it some bad treatment at the moment when you have these really strong actors and actresses who love the show and very strong writers as well. I don't know who wrote this episode. I'll figure it out by the time the episode airs tomorrow. But we'll discuss that in the live stream review. So we'll do the live stream review around probably 9 or 10. Most likely 10. If I'm lucky, Joe will get to join in on this particular review as well. But I think the concept of Murder Most Foul is fun. I like it. I'm looking forward to watching it. I really enjoyed just Regina and Snow White talking and really discussing whether or not Robin Hood should be in this world at all. Regina is such a great character. I love her so much. I know I've said, and I stand by it, I really do stand by it, that Snow White and Prince Charming don't really need to be on the show too much anymore. And I really don't think we need to see them all the time. But like in little moments like this, it's so good. But we don't need them always backing Emma up. But in minor moments such as this, to help out, a main character, even though they're all main characters at the moment, it's done perfectly. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the sneak peek. I'm looking forward to seeing your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my video, and we'll talk real soon. Okay, guys.